Hi everyone, it's Friday, we made it, yay, one more week. So well done, we made it through what was a very eventful week in the end, and we have made it to Friday, so tomorrow will be the weekend. So good job, well done for working hard this week. And you may notice I'm in a Christmassy jumper today because at school it is Christmas jumper day today. So if you've got a Christmas jumper that you want to put on and you're able to, maybe wear your Christmas jumper today and you could send us a picture and it's like we're doing it at school as well. That'd be nice. So I got my Christmassy knit that I got for my birthday a couple of years ago, so I thought it was about time I put it on. So yeah, okay, first of all then we should probably start some maths. I don't need to chatter on all day, do I? So we are going to carry on with shape today. We're going to look specifically at lines of symmetry in 2D shape. So I briefly touched on this yesterday, and today we're going to delve into it in a bit more to get a bit more understanding. So first of all, I'm going to describe a 2D shape to you. Can you remember which properties I could use to describe it? So have a think back to what we did in maths yesterday. Which properties could I use to describe the shape? Okay, so the number of sides and the type of sides, the number of corners, and the number of angles. Okay, so I'm going to describe a shape that has got 4 sides. It's got 4 corners, and it's got 4 angles. So it could be one of 2. I hope you've noticed looking at our shape word mat on the PowerPoint. So I'm going to give you a bit more information and tell you that 2 sides are longer and 2 sides are shorter. Which shape do you think it is that I've described? It's a rectangle. So well done if you got that one. Good job. Okay, let's move on. So today, as I said, we are going to focus particularly on lines of symmetry. Can you remember what a line of symmetry is? Have a chat with someone at your house, or if you're on your own, have a little think. Can you remember what a line of symmetry is? So a line of symmetry is a line that cuts a shape exactly in half. So for example, if you had a pizza and you cut it in half, or if you folded a piece of paper in half exactly, then that would give you a line of symmetry. So it's splitting one picture into 2, and they're exactly the same. So not all shapes have a line of symmetry. Some shapes have more than one. Some shapes have lots and lots of different lines of symmetry. So I'd like you to pause the video and have a look at these shapes that are on the screen. So we've got a square, a rectangle, and a triangle. And have a little think, which lines of symmetry can you find? You don't have to write anything down, just have a little look, see if you can have a go. Okay. Right, so the square, I found 4 lines of symmetry. So if you cut the shape in along those lines, they would cut it exactly in half. In the rectangle, I found 2 lines of symmetry. And in the triangle, I found 1 line of symmetry. So compare that to what you found and see if you got the same thing. Okay, so your task for today is to draw a shape and cut it into try that one again. Draw the shape onto a piece of paper and cut it out, and then fold the shape in half exactly to find the line of symmetry. Can you fold it in half any other ways? So find all the lines of symmetry that you can, and then use your pencil to draw along the line to show the line of symmetry. So I'm going to do first few together. So I have cut out a rectangle, a triangle, and a square, which, as you can see on this strip of shapes, are the first 3. So we'll do these ones together, and then I will give you some time to have a go at, well, you can pause the video and have a go at the rest on your own. So pause the video now and have a go at cutting out those first 3 shapes. So you need to draw them and cut them out, and then we will try and find the lines of symmetry together. Okay, off we go. Right, so we will start with the square then. So hopefully you have all cut out a square of your paper. And so the first thing you're going to do is try and fold it in half exactly. So I am folding it in half. You need to make sure that the corners match up perfectly, and then fold down that side Okay, does it look exactly the same on both sides? Yes, I think so. So that fold down the middle would be our first line of symmetry. Now let's have a go at twisting it the other way and then folding it the same way. So because it's a square, we should be able to fold it that way as well. So make sure you're folding it super carefully. So you want your corners to match up on your square. So again, do they look exactly the same on both sides? Yes, they do. So when we open it up, you should have a fold down that way and a fold down that way. So they should be your first two lines of symmetry on your square. Can you think of any other ways that you can fold your paper to find a line of symmetry? We did briefly touch on it on the slide before. So I'm going to try and fold it, so make it like a diamond and then fold those corners together this time. Instead of going two corners to two corners, I'm going to go one corner across the middle. So you can have a go at that with me. And hopefully that will give you a triangle on this side and a triangle on this side. So when you open it up, again, we've got another line of symmetry down there. And finally, because it's a square, I know that there should be one more line of symmetry down the other way. So hopefully you've got a triangle on one side, a triangle on the other side, and you should now have your four lines of symmetry, one down, one across, and two diagonal lines. So with your pencil, you can, and if you've got a ruler, I've got my one, and I'm going to do mine in pen just so that you can see. Don't think pencil will work on the camera. You can then trace those lines. Should have done this earlier. Where you have folded. Ooh, mine went a bit wonky because I'm rushing. But so then you can see the lines of symmetry on that shape. Okay, pause the video and have a go at your square if you didn't do it with me. If you did do it with me, we're going to move on to the triangle. So get your triangle ready. Okie doke. Right. Now, with this triangle, can I fold one down? Would that look exactly the same on both sides? Well, if I were to cut it, then I'd have a little triangle here, and I'd have a rectangle, well, not a rectangle, on that side. So they wouldn't look the same, would they? So that would not be a line of symmetry. What about if I took this corner to this corner? Would that work? Well, yes, it looks like it would. So I've got a triangle on this side and a triangle on this side that looks exactly the same. So when I open it up, I've got a line down the middle that shows two triangles that are exactly the same from my big triangle. Can you find any other ways to do this one? Let's have a play. No, that wouldn't look the same. No, that wouldn't look the same. No. So I think it's just the one line of symmetry that I found on this triangle. If you cut out a different type of triangle, then you might have a different number of lines of symmetry. I've now lost my pen. There it is. You know me, I always lose my pens. So now I'm just going to trace the lines that I found so that it really stands out. And I can see that on my triangle, I have got one line of symmetry down there. So have a go at your triangle if you haven't done that yet. If you did it with me, then finally I'm going to try my rectangle so you can start getting that one ready. Okay, so rectangle then. I'm going to start by taking these two corners over to these two corners and matching them up exactly, and I think that should give me one line of symmetry. One side and the other side, yep, they look the same. So open it up, I've got my first line of symmetry. And just like we did with the square, I'm going to try and take this corner over to this corner, okay? Does that look the same? Well, if I were to cut it in half, they wouldn't look the same, would they? So that wouldn't be a line of symmetry on the rectangle because these sides are longer than they were on the square. That one won't work. But what about if I took these two corners up to these two corners? Let's have a look. Yeah, they look the same. Okay, so when I unfold it, you can see that this section and this section are exactly the same. So I have got two lines of symmetry on there. So what do I need to do now? I'm going to trace it with my pencil. Well, my pen. You guys can use a pencil or a pen if you've got a pen at home. Whatever you'd like to use, really. So you can clearly see that on a rectangle I have got two lines of symmetry. So hopefully all of your shapes look something like mine now. And for your, so that was our guided practice, and for your independent practice today, I'd like you please to continue this challenge with the rest of the shapes. So on this strip of shapes in the middle of your screen, we've done the square, the triangle and the rectangle, so I'd like you to carry on with the last four on your own and have a go and see how many you can find. You don't need to write anything down, but you can keep these if you want to bring them in or send me pictures of them. And if you'd like to stick them into your book, you can do, but you don't need to write anything today. We're just working with the shapes. Okay, so once you've done that, there is a challenge on the final slide. So pause the video now while you do the last four shapes, and once you've finished, we can move on to our challenge. So we've got two challenges for you today. So the first challenge, are there any 2D shapes that you can think of that don't have a line of symmetry? So that's your first challenge for today. And your second challenge, similarly to yesterday, I'd like you to draw your own shape. So remember, it can be any kind of 2D shape. You can make one up, that's fine. And draw its lines of symmetry if it's got any. Of course, it might not have any, so who knows? Okay, well done today. Thank you for bearing with me while I was folding those pieces of paper. Great job, and I can't wait to see what you've been up to. And if I don't see you later for English or topic, have a lovely weekend, and I will see you soon. Bye!